Time for the Southern Mallee Giants report, and as always, it's great to see some good results from the Giants, albeit the lockdown that is occurring. It's not the best of news, and not the best of news for those that were planning on having a look at a game at Dimboola this weekend. But joining me is the coach, a pretty happy coach too, with a bit of rain falling out of the skies, is Coleman Schache. G'day, Coleman. How are you?
Yeah, I'm well, thanks, Wayne. Yeah, two happy farmers around, a bit excited, there's a bit of moisture, but back into lockdown, like you said. So, bit unsure what's going to happen at the moment, but can only wait and see, I suppose.
Yeah, absolutely. We're just looking at whether it'll be a week or more, and obviously your club would have been fairly directly affected because some of your players do come out of Melbourne and obviously Ballarat and Geelong. So that would have been something when they called it off. I suppose for your team, you probably would have said, well, that's pretty much a good thing because we could be in a bit of bother with getting the numbers out for our two sides.
Yeah, you're right. There was a few different scenarios that we were throwing around. At one stage we didn't think we'd get the Travellers, and then we also had a few others away as well. So in the end, we just had to wait and see, and the league wait for the league or the government to make the decision for us. But the way it's panned out, hopefully it's only 1 week, and we're back into it the following week, and the season can go as scheduled. Yeah,
it's interesting, isn't it? Because if we play next weekend, then the question will be, do we play next weekend and miss the round that we haven't been able to play, and play that again over the June long weekend? That would require shifting the Minyip-Matoa match on the June long weekend that's scheduled there back into next weekend, and keep the rounds as they are, and just play this last weekend, say over the June long weekend. That's been considered by other competitions. I guess for you, it's out of your hands in a lot of ways, isn't it, Coleman?
Yes, it is, Wayne. Look, unsure. We haven't been given any directives as of yet. I'd say, like we were saying before, hopefully it's just that 1 week. And if it is, you'd imagine they would probably reschedule the game. But if it's two, then that makes it a bit of a different situation. So I think we'll just have to hold tight and wait to see how the next week pans out.
So do you have a light training run scheduled for next Friday? Because no training. I hear, Coleman, there's a couple of old fellas, I think Taylor Donnan was one of them, that said, gee, I think this is the way we should have footy anyway, no training.
I think Turbo's gone the opposite way, Wayne. He's already sent me a message telling me all the extras he's got planned to do in while training's absent, just putting his hand up again.
Good stuff. Let's have a look at how the side did go over last week. You had a great win over the D's. This is good timing for your club. Let's put it out there. A big win over Horsham sets your season up. You're in control of the game right from the first quarter, 6 goals to nothing, and then you ran out winners 16-12, 108 to Horsham 7-9, 51. Is that a satisfying win for you as a coach?
Yeah, it was, Wayne. We come out of the blocks, had a really good first quarter. It's probably one of our better ones for the year, and we kicked straight, which always helps getting that scoreboard pressure on early. So we're pleased, with that first quarter especially, and the last. We ran out the game well. Still think we can find another gear to make a 4-quarter performance. We sort of dropped away in the middle stages, just with our work rate and skills, concentration probably to a degree. So we'd like to pick up a bit more consistency, but I'm definitely pleased with the win against, a Demon side that are always very competitive.
And you never really had put them away through that period in the second and third quarters where they did actually outscore you between those two quarters, 7-3 to 6-6 over the two quarters, but it was a good performance all the same. I thought Dinham, 6 goals, I mean, he put his hand up. We did say there was pressure on at centre-half forward from the young fridge man, Jonty, but he doesn't get a look in when Dinham boots 6 and Cook boots 4.
Yeah, a bit of noise between you and I last week about the fridge sniffing around, and Dinham just goes bang. So it's good healthy competition there, especially with the two big forwards, Lucas and Dins, kicking some goals, and then as well as the two big backs. They like to think they're the big twin towers down there with Sam White and Ted Linden also having ripper games. So they're starting to really connect with each other up there respective ends of the ground, and starting to become a strong point of our team, that's for sure.
Yeah, I tell you what, you got the runners in the middle with Burdett and Lou White, and Stewart too was magnificent in this match for you. What about we have a look at that reserve grade result, because as we just mentioned, a couple of players have been putting their hand up week in, week out of there, and they put their hand up again, 14-8-92, beating Horsham 9-9-63. Tell you what, it's a good thing for a coach to have some good players, but Sam Weddle put his hand up, obviously down from the Gold Coast just for the week. He booted 5, was the best player. What's it like having a guy like Sam Weddle play in the twos? I mean, for the guys in the twos, they must have really enjoyed the quality of give, and obviously when they give him the opportunity to kick a goal, he did the job. Yeah,
they did. You're actually spot on. There was huge excitement around him coming back. He's obviously a step too good for that grade, and even the seniors at the moment. He's playing some really good footy up north. So he's obviously played a fair few years for the club, and those young fellas have always looked up to him, to be honest. So for them to run around with him and then kick the footy to him and get it kicked to him by him, it was just, very pleasing, and they were very excited.
Yeah, I tell you what, excited. Billy Allen, the good excitement machine when he kicks a goal, booted a couple. Con Hetty with 2, and also the Fridge got a couple. And T. Donnan, B. Colbert and T. McCormack are just a single goal scorers. A bit of extra work being done off the track by the big man T. Donnan. But what about Weddle? He was brilliant. Declan Brown. Now, this lad coming off a wing put in an absolute beauty for him. I've seen him improve, obviously, through this year. This is a good opportunity for him at that level in the twos to play as a younger player coming up from 17-year-old age group. That's a really impressive performance from young Deck.
It was. He's playing some ripping footy, just starting to use his attributes to the best of his ability now. He's got a lot of running power. His fitness is improving all the time, and he's very quick. So he's starting to get the ball and take it on, which is what we want to see, and keep improving. There's a good, healthy competition between those young fellas too. Like you said, Billy Allen kicked a couple of goals, and I know Mallon didn't kick a goal this week. Mallon's glad, but he had a couple of snags last week, and they just got a good competition going between them now, getting to training early and practicing. So, they're really holding their own. It's good.
Yeah, I tell you what, you mentioned Declan Brown, some pace. I reckon that's something that his old man may have been lacking a little bit out on the footy field, but well done to young Deck. I'm sure that Dad is impressed with the quickness of movement. Mate, let's before I get in any more trouble, let's head to the boys in the 14-year-old age group, because they come out against an absolute gun machine, which well-trained and so forth. 9-6-60 to Horsham, beating the Southern Mallee Giants, who didn't score here. But it was the third quarter it took for Horsham to actually get the mercy in place, which would indicate that your lads have actually got a bit of system going.
Yes, correct there. They battled hard, but like I said, it wasn't a blowout. It wasn't just Demons had it all their own way. But they were too good, obviously, and they had some good players, the Demons. But the boys just hung in there. They'd definitely had their fair share of clearances in the middle, and they had some good passages of ball movement from the back line as well. They just couldn't quite get it past that centre-half forward area enough time to threaten on the scoreboard, but they were definitely close on a number of occasions.
Yeah, good on them. Yep, Hayden McCredden and A. Credland, Hakopa, also Williams, Decker and Crisp were very good players for your side. All right, the ramifications of the lockdown situation to all our friends across Hopetoun and Beulah and listening to us, our thoughts are with you, each one, as you look for other things to do and try to get through the next 7 days. Obviously, no school and that. Some of the kids are actually pretty happy about that, by the way, Coleman.
Yeah, I'd imagine they would be. Get a bit of a break and, bit of screen time on the PlayStation or on the tractor, one or the other, I'd imagine.
Reckon there might be a bit of work being done around the farm too by some of the older ones, but great stuff to be able to do that. But at the same time, we have to feel for everyone that in the town and so on too, where it's a little bit harder to be able to get out and about and to be able to do anything. So just thoughts with everyone over this next week. Let's hope by next Friday it is back to normal next weekend, and that the league will come with a directive of how they will deal with this last weekend, where you would have been playing against Imbula. I reckon you would have fancied a really good match against them, so we'll look forward if we get a chance to preview that at a bit of a later date. Coleman, enjoy the farm, enjoy the possibilities of getting back to footy maybe next week, and we'll catch up with you then.
Appreciate it, Flo, man. Thanks for that.